It's said in the state of Texas that boys are born to play football. And growing up here, it means everything to the players, their communities, generation of families. Friends are all a part of school history, from the smallest schools to the largest cities. Playing high school football brought together values, teamwork, courage, respect, self-discipline, realizing the accomplishments of reaching team individual goals. I'm Vince Young, Houston Madison, class of 2002. One of the great events in Texas, the high school football state championship, coming up next on Fox Sports Southwest.
Welcome to the UIL 5A Division II High School Football State Championship presented by State Farm. Live from Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas. It's the Longhorns from Cedar Hill and the Tigers from Katy. Katy checking in 15-0. Cedar Hill, after a slow start to the season, has finished strong. They check in today 11-4. Hi, everybody. Randy McElroy alongside Shea Walker. Great to have you with us. A wild and crazy Saturday of high school football state championship action here at Cowboy Stadium. The first of two now as we move on to the Class 5A ranks.
Well, you think about the venue, Randy, and you think about what we're seeing now. We're getting into the 5A, so there's a lot of enthusiasm, and people are still pouring into the stadium.
Let's take a look at the Katy Tigers. What a story. What a season they have had. Some notes that stand out. Not only one of the top teams in the state of Texas, #1, but nationally some major exposure as well.
That is true, and you hear the word team often tossed about by head coach Gary Joseph, and he talks about everybody doing and knowing what their role is, and he has done a great job at leading this Katy Tigers team to an undefeated season so far.
Katy going after a 7th state championship. 2 of their stars, one on offense. That would be Adam Taylor in the backfield. On the defensive line, Matt Diamond.
Well, Adam Taylor has just had a fantastic senior year. That's after being injured his junior year, Randy. But you see the 39 touchdowns. That is a single-season record for the Tigers. And Matt Diamond is a fierce force off the edge, man. He absolutely flies off the edge, gets to the quarterbacks, and very disruptive.
All right, the Katy defense will have their hands full with some talent on the offensive side for sure. For Cedar Hill, let's talk about 2 of their standouts. You've got Quincy Adeboyo, one of their star receivers, and Laquiviente Gonzalez, their running back. Major numbers for both guys who are committed to Texas A&M.
Randy, these 2 guys are like lighting a match to check the level of your fuel. They're both extremely explosive, and I'm telling you, if they're in the open field, they will not be caught. You see the numbers that they put up. Gonzalez done a great job coming in and running back for Jared Rayford, who was injured earlier in the year, but just really a fantastic job by both of those young men in leading the Cedar Hill Longhorns.
A lot of weapons on both sides. Sets up a showdown. 5A Division II High School Football Championship on the line. Katy, Cedar Hill, opening kickoff straight ahead.
Since retiring.
Welcome back live at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington. 5A time, Division II State Championship. Katy and Cedar Hill, we're ready for kickoff right now. Let's toss it down to the sidelines. Check in with Jim Knox.
All right, thanks, Randy. Coach, you said before the game a key in beating Katy today and winning the state championship is stop the running game led by All-State running back Adam Taylor. How do you do it?
Well, we got to slow him up. I don't know if anybody can stop him. We got to do a good job slowing him up, and we got to put some hats on the football. They turned the ball over a couple times last week against Steele, and we need to do the same thing to them.
Best of luck, Coach. Now with more on the Katy Tigers, let's head over to Katy's sideline and join Neil Beasley. Neil?
Noxie, thank you very much. Coach, you guys have been hit a little bit by the injury bug. You got some younger guys stepping up here?
Well, we're going to have some step up. That's part of having a program. It's not a bunch of individuals. It's about having a team. It's a team game, and we'll play together, and we'll do well.
Now, you guys have been here before, meaning a state title, but you've never been here before. Any wide eyes on these kids?
No, I don't think so. We played in Reliance Stadium several times. I know it's a great place to play. But like I told you earlier, we didn't come here to play at Texas Stadium. We came here to win a state championship.
Good luck to you, Coach.
Thank you.
All right, guys, back up to you. Let's kick this thing off.
All right, Neil, appreciate it. Katy will kick it off. Laquiviente Gonzalez is back, number 2. We'll say his name quite a bit. And Quincy Adeboyo, the star receiver. Manny Mendoza will kick off for the Katy Tigers. We are off and running. Short pooch kick there around the 30-yard line. So Cedar Hill will get their first crack at it here offensively here. And the crowd shade started making its way in on the first game of the day. The third level now starting to fill up, and it's only going to continue to get bigger as this afternoon and evening gets underway here.
Well, you talk about this game, and you talk about both of these teams. Obviously, Cedar Hill, Randy, a local area team. But Katy, is there a high school in the state of Texas, or maybe even in the nation, that travels as well as the Katy Tigers do? And I would say probably not.
Yeah, they got 3 levels of red on their side. More red on the other side with Cedar Hill. Bad snap. Damian Hobbs will jump on it back at the 18-yard line. So they'll move it back to get this football game underway. Damian Hobbs, what a great story. He's an Arkansas State commit. Phenomenal numbers, as you just saw. The snap a little low. Hobbs safely pounces on that. Would have been an early turnover. Cedar Hill will hold on to it here. They lose some yardage, though. 2nd and 22 now for the Longhorns. Only back at the 19-yard line. Handoff goes to Bobby Jackson. That's Carson Strickler, number 25, outside linebacker, making the stop for the Katy Tigers. He's a senior. 4 starting lineups. Laquiviante Gonzalez, Del Mosley, Quincy Adebayo, Brandon Harris, Travis Wilson. Big-time threats offensively up front. Mixon, Johnson, Bonner, Pullins, and Abamu. 3rd down and 19 now for Cedar Hill. Laquiviante Gonzalez is going to let it fly. Lofts it up there inside Katy territory. Good coverage on the play, though, by Isaiah Brown of Katy. Ball's incomplete. 4th down play coming up. It's a little trickery early, the hand. We're going to see that a lot. We were warned, be on the lookout for Laquiviante Gonzalez to do a lot. 4 starting lineups on defense. Matt Diamond, we talked about him. Cody Gessler, Tim Wilkerson, solid up front. 4 linebacking core. Cole Berry, Carson Strickler and company. Bunch of playmakers for Katy. Secondary, Kyle Folks leads the way. He's got 2 interceptions this year. Cedar Hill punted away. Fielded there at the 40-yard line. Big return by the Katy Tigers, and just like that, they are going to be in good shape. The return by Rodney Anderson, the young running back that kind of spells time a little bit with Adam Taylor. 1,000 yards a year ago, but he's a young talent that Gary Joseph is very high on, of course.
Well, Randy, Coach Joseph talked about Rodney Anderson epitomizes what the Katy Tigers are. He does everything that the coaching staff asks of him, and you can see, as he did right there on that special teams play, puts the Tigers offense in great starting field position for their first possession.
There are the numbers on Kylie Huddleston, the quarterback for Katy. Alex Fisher, first carry of the afternoon. Stop made by Marcus Green, the starting corner for Cedar Hill. Take a look at the 4 starting lineups now. Offensively, Adam Taylor, of course, big-time numbers. Fisher, Sloan Spiller, Kyle Folks, Jared Dragoo. Up front, you got May. Brandon Dalton kind of leads the way on this offensive line. Jared Gonzalez getting the start today for Kyle Miller at right guard. 2nd down and 1 now from the 17. Adam Taylor gets it inside the 15. He's brought down by Christian Slaughter along with Isaiah Lewis. All right, 4 starting lineups defensively. Ballard, White, and Washington up front for Cedar Hill. They're on a 3-4. Here's your linebacking core. Buffin, Lewis, Dillard, and Jackson. And secondary, Darian Luster, big-time playmaker for Cedar Hill. 1st and 10 now from the 14-yard line. First series of the afternoon. 5A Division II state championship for Katy. Adam Taylor. He's met by 2 Longhorns down at the 12-yard line. Led by Dovin Dillard.
Well, that's a great play by Dillard. You've got this all-star, big-purpose running back, very physical rusher. And Dillard sticks his hat right on the numbers there. Does a great job of not allowing Adam Taylor to break off that tackle and possibly take that into the end zone. That's a heads-up play by Dillard, and that's really a lot of what Coach McGuire talked about as he was talking about his defense and hearing about how great this Katy offense is, and he understands and knows that. But very comfortable with what his defense is capable of doing.
Good job, Adam Taylor. He's shoved out of bounds around the 7-yard line. Takes an extra hit, met by Isaiah Lewis. Over 40 carries last week. He's a workhorse, Adam Taylor.
We saw the numbers earlier. Over 2,000 yards rushing. Single season. Think about this, too. Sophomore year, he plays behind Donovan Young. Young man who's at Illinois doing really well running the ball. Gets hurt in the first game of his junior year, so he misses his entire junior season. So now he's back for his senior season, and I don't know that you could have put a better season together as he's done, certainly so far.
Tough runner, 210-pounder, 6'1" frame, Kylie Huddleston. Looking wide open in the end zone, just misses Logan Ott. Jonathan Buffett on the coverage. Huddleston would love to have that one back for another attempt.
Yes.
Overthrow him a little bit.
Logan Ott wide open in the end zone, and there's just a little bit too much air under it. Kylie Huddleston. This is a play action pass, and again, when you've got a dominant running back like Taylor and Anderson, there's a combo in that backfield that definitely brings the linebackers in. But as I said, just a little bit too much air in the net, and that's forcing the field goal attempt, and it's a fake.
And Longhorns don't bite at all. Mendoza is brought down by Cedar Hill. Jonathan Buffett again making the big play for the Longhorns. Manny Mendoza. Take a look at it again if we've got it.
Well, I called it a fake, Randy, but the snap actually went through the holder's hands and right into the arms of Mendoza.
Take a look at it. Here it is, right through his hands. There's Mendoza. Good heads-up play by the senior. But at that point, Buffett was there to meet him, and Cedar Hill will get the football back. Andrew England, the holder on that, misfired, so Cedar Hill try to respond. LaQuiviante Gonzalez. Good pursuit by the Katy defense led by Cole Berry.
Well, a nice block by Brandon Harris. Wide receiver comes in and gets one of those crackback blocks. You heard a little bit of a ooh in the crowd. But that Katy defense strung the play out and limited Gonzalez. Did not allow him to make the corner.
LaQuiviante, a senior. He's got a verbal commitment to Texas A&M, along with his buddy wide receiver Quincy out of Boisjo. Top target of Damian Hobbs. Cole Berry with the stop on Gonzalez in the backfield.
Well, nice job by the linebacker Cole Berry, recognizing that zone read play and staying at home. Fights through the block.
This linebacking core really solid for Katy. 3 of their 4 are seniors. Carson Strickler, Cole Berry, and Colton Asham. Big Blomstrom's the junior in that linebacking core, number 45. 3rd down and 9 now for Cedar Hill from the 18. Hobbs in trouble, and down he goes. Tim Wilkerson, number 95, in there on the sack. Got some help as well from Cole Berry and Blomstrom. Katy defense making a stand.
Well, the pressure comes off the edge, and they force Damian Hobbs up into the pocket. You see, that's just lane integrity again by the defense, making sure that they're not going to allow Hobbs to break that up the middle. But the pressure from the outside, Randy, and Matt Diamond, of course, get in there, as well as Wilkerson. Those are 2 extremely physical and athletic defensive ends.
LaQuiviante Gonzalez, the punter for Cedar Hill. Folks is back, and so is Rodney Anderson. And fair catch is made around midfield, about the 48-yard line. So great field position coming right up here for the Katy Tigers and their 2nd series of the football game. Gary Joseph. Win last week over Cibolo Steel, another perennial program on the rise in the state of Texas. We're taking a break. No score. Cowboy Stadium. We're going to break. Special message from State Farm.
Hi, I'm Mike Hargis, Agency Vice President for State Farm Insurance here in Texas.
Back live, Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, 5A Division II state championship. A lot of red in the stands here. Katy and for Cedar Hill. Katy fans right there. Filling up 3 levels on their side. UIL officials potentially saying, hey, we could hit 50,000 when it's all said and done by today. In tonight's finale, 5A Division I game between Allen and Lamar. So Katy gets it back. Good field position after the punt. We'll start it on the 47-yard line. 1st and 10. Big hit. Helmet comes flying off.
That was Adam Taylor's helmet.
He wants that back in a hurry. He was looking for it.
And Randy, we're up here in the bird's nest. We can hear the hit up here.
Good. Devon Dillard with the hit for Cedar Hill.
Good job of that Longhorns defense just squaring up, and you see the big shot right there by Dillard.
Listen in here.
Well, and after the hit, you see Adam Taylor spin backwards and keep driving those legs.
Roddy Anderson is checked in momentarily for Adam Taylor. Anderson's a sophomore. A couple of yards up the middle. Story with Anderson biding his time, and 1,000-yard rusher from a year ago. Check in now with Neil Beasley with more on the quarterback of the Katy Tigers.
Hey guys, yeah, Kylie Huddleston was hurt last week, hurt his leg actually and his shoulder, but if you notice, remember in that last drive he missed that open receiver in the end zone. He's going to have trouble, I think, planting and throwing, and especially when he was kind of on the run there. You might see that more, some missed wide receivers, just because he can't plant like he's used to with the injured leg, guys.
Yeah, they taped it up pretty good. Got that ankle issue and hurt it actually while delivering a lead block last week, which he does quite a bit in this offense. Adam Taylor crossing the 45. Stop made by Devon Dillard and Dedrick White of Cedar Hill.
Well, it's obvious that Devon Dillard, the linebacker for this Longhorns defense, has got his eyes on Adam Taylor. And we've seen those two hook horns here, if you will, several times already in this game. And this is only the second possession for the Katy Tigers. But Dillard coming up big and making sure that he does not allow Taylor to pick up a first down. And right now, Coach Joey McGuire wants to call a timeout. 4th and short. Wants to make sure that he's got everybody in the right spot, and also to make sure that they're prepared for a fake punt.
Yeah, Austin Adams out there, the punter for Katy. Checking now with Jim Knox with more on Cedar Hill. Jim.
All right, Randy, Coach McGuire just got his offensive unit around and told them, quit getting wide-eyed here. We're playing in a state championship game. Yes, this is Cowboy Stadium, but this is a state championship game. Get back to your technique. You're treating Katy like they're Superman. Let's get back to our technique and move the football. We'll see what happens.
All right, thank you, Jim. We'll huddle up and make sure everybody's on the same page here on this 4th and 1.
Well, I think a healthy respect for the Katy Tigers is probably warranted, but certainly you don't want to be wide-eyed. And, you know, and Coach McGuire he understands and knows how to coach these guys, and they've played in big games. And you think about some of the teams that they have faced this year just in district play.
Well, opening game of the season, the team that just won the 4A Division I title, they whipped Denton Guyer 54-28 opening game of the season, so they got some respect on their side as well. Loose ball around the 48-yard line.
Randy, that was a
Cedar Hill thinks they've got it.
They're on top of it. Xavier Washington, number 50, comes up with a huge play. And how about the timing and the chess match here with Coach McGuire calling that timeout before the 4th and short. Take a look here. The 45 for Katy gets the ball, but it's stripped out by Xavier Washington.
Jake Blomstrom got the snap there on the play.
The linebackers aren't used to carrying the ball.
Yeah, they're plus 13 on the turnover differential this season for Cedar Hill. They got a chance today. They know they need turnovers. Get it done defensively. So they get the football back on the 47-yard line of Katy now. Damian Hobbs, nothing downfield, feels the pressure. Down he goes at the 49. He'll lose a couple of yards on that play. Cole Berrien on the stop, number 43, middle linebacker there for the Katy defense.
Now, great coverage downfield by the Tigers secondary. Damian Hobbs had time to throw the ball, Randy, but those receivers were covered up, and he was forced to try to scramble and make something out of nothing. As you said, ends up losing a couple of yards.
2nd down and 12 now for the Longhorns. Deontay Gonzalez right next to Quincy Attaboyjo. Hobbs will keep it. He's got some running room. Crossing the 40 down inside the 35-yard line. Tackle made by Tim Wilkerson.
The playmaking ability of the 6'2", 210-pound quarterback. Off the zone read, breaks it around the right side, makes a couple of guys miss, and he had enough speed, Randy, to outrun that inside pursuit. Take a look as he cuts it back to the left. Gessler trying to close down on him, but Hobbs too quick, picks up the first down.
14 yards on that running play for Damian Hobbs. First and 10 now from the 35-yard line. Hobbs with the fake to Gonzalez, brought down by Wilkerson again. Picks up a couple. Nice read play coming up here from Damian Hobbs. Just kind of checking things out. You got a split-second decision to make on that zone read, and picks up a couple of yards there. Cedar Hill, of course, advancing with that thrilling win last week, 31-28 over Austin Westlake. Hobbs again will keep. Shakes off one tackle inside the 20 and the 15, all the way down to the 10-yard line. 21-yard pickup by Damian Hobbs before he's brought down by Blomstrom and Matt Diamond.
They talk about that split decision and making the read at the right time. Damian Hobbs again does a good job of executing. He gets a great block in there. Tim Wilkerson gets crashed down on, and that allows Hobbs to make the corner. Carson Strickler's out there, but man, there's just too much grass for Damian Hobbs. He cuts it back up and does a nice job of finishing off the run.
First and goal from the 10 for Cedar Hill. Knocking on the door here. Hobbs out to Quincy Attaboyjo. He's quickly brought down.
Well, you won't see a better play, Randy, than Isaiah Brown just made. 5'11", 175 pounds. He fights off the wide receiver block, and he brings down an explosive receiver in Quincy Attaboyjo. Take a look here. Number 4, Isaiah Brown, just fighting through the block there. Doing a great job.
Brandon Harris trying to work over there. Isaiah Brown didn't work, though. Brown stepped up.
Yeah, that's a loss of about 4 or 5 yards.
Yeah, huge play. Second and goal now from the 14-yard line. Hobbs over the middle. Oh, near touchdown by Attaboyjo. He doesn't drop very many. Took his eyes off of it for a split second here. Take a look coming up. Hobbs delivered it. Attaboyjo would love to bring that one in. So third and goal for the 14. Katy defense trying to make a stand here. After the turnover, Cedar Hill trying to get on the board. Hobbs is met back at the 20, and down he goes. Wilkerson, Colberry. The pressure for the Tigers defense.
Well, on 3rd and 14, the Katy Tigers. Again, Randy, come up very big in that defense. Great coverage downfield. Really nowhere for Hobbs to go, but also he can't break it outside. Take a look at the way that he's looking downfield. He's got time. Sees the pocket start to collapse, and now that it collapses, he's just getting harassed. Colberry comes in, and Tim Wilkerson also in there to help finish up.
36-yard field goal attempt by Brooks Ralph. It is up and good. He was one of the hero last week with a 42-yard field goal with 3 seconds left. That capped off a victory over Austin Westlake, 31-28. So Brooks Ralph delivers here for Cedar Hill, and it's a 3-0 ball game. Well, enter the State Farm Fan Up contest, the sweepstakes for a chance at a Ford F-150 pickup, just like the one you see on the screen. We're giving away an F-150 this weekend and another one next spring. You can enter right now using your cell phone. Just text the word FAN UP, F-A-N-U-P, to 35350. Another way to enter is also visit the website texas.statefarm.com. Enjoy the games and the memories that will last a lifetime, and perhaps you can pick up F-150, take it home with you, huh?
That wouldn't be all bad. Hey, get off the phone, start texting, man.
A little busy, kind of maybe delivering a play-by-play, perhaps, you think? Brooks Ralph with the field goal. 8-play, 38-yard drive for Cedar Hill. Took 3:39 off the clock.
Nice job by that Katy Tigers defense with Cedar Hill knocking on the door, 1st and goal. Forced that field goal attempt, and Coach McGuire rolling the dice again, Randy, a little onside kicks, and he talked about that in the conference call.
Not afraid to mix it up. Sparkman trying to get the job done there. Number 70, not your normal kicker there for Cedar Hill.
Well, he's talking about trying to steal a possession or two. Tigers doing a nice job of not retreating, keeping your eye on the ball, and really nice job there of getting on top of it and making sure that it's secure. Briar Garcia.
There's Kylie Huddleston coming back out for Katy now. 1:44 to go, first quarter. 2-0 ball game for the Longhorns after that Katy turnover on her last series. Rodney Anderson tries to turn the corner into Cedar Hill territory around the 49-yard line. He had 1,000 yards last year. This season, 812, 16 touchdowns. Playing behind a guy like Adam Taylor. So with Taylor being the senior, Rodney Anderson ready to step in as a junior next year.
Yeah, you checked that was Dylan Poole, Randy, on that onside kick for Katy that came up with the cover. Good job there. But you talk, yeah, Rodney Anderson. What a talent, only a sophomore.
Take it down at 7. Handoff goes to Taylor. That'll work that left side.
Ron Ballard coming up off that defensive end spot, and when Coach McGuire told us that, hey, at the start of the season, in which again you talked about this earlier, Randy, but the Cedar Hill team started off 1-3, but they played some national powers. I mean, they played Allen, Washington High School out of Miami, DeSoto. I mean, those are big teams to play.
Those will get you ready.
We switched from an even man front to an odd man front after the DeSoto game, and since that time our defense has started to gel, and we've been really good at creating turnovers.
Well, Washington won a title there in Florida. Good way to prepare. Pass is caught there to Andy Coonrod.
Well, I tell you what, it will go down as just a pitch and catch for a first down, but Kylie Huddleston, he threw the ball before Coonrod made the out cut, and it was perfect. Right exactly where it needed to be. The defense wasn't bad, but the throw, the route, and the catch were exceptional. Huddleston looks a little battle worn. Doesn't he see the tape around the arms? Got the taped up underneath the legs. I mean, he's a physical kid.
Coach Joseph calls him a throwback kid because again he lead blocks so often. Handoff there to Rodney Anderson. Isaiah Lewis will make the stop for Cedar Hill. In on several plays already in this busy first quarter. You talk about Kylie Huddleston. Coach Joseph says he's really matured as the season's kind of progressed. He knew he had to win the job back in 2-a-days and got that done and really developed, grown into the position so far this year, leading Katy to an undefeated record. First quarter's in the books here at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington. 3-0 lead after a field goal from Cedar Hill. We're going to quarter number 2 in Arlington when we come back. Wide opening quarter. Cedar Hill leading Katy 3-0. Couple of early miscues, Shay, from the Katy Tigers in that first quarter.
But it's really something that you would not expect from a Gary Joseph coach team, Randy. But you see the fake on that punt there. Xavier Washington stripping the ball and giving the Longhorns great field position, which they did drive down and convert into 3 points. But like, talk about the miscues on that field goal attempt. Just the ball went right through the hands of the holder, and again on the fake punt. But now Katy rebounding just a bit and got the ball in great starting field position.
First and 10 now, though, marking at the 27-yard line. Anderson with the carry. And he's brought down by Devon Dillard, inside linebacker for Cedar Hill. Katy will grind it out on that run game with Taylor, and he's out of there. Rodney Anderson. Several guys can hurt you.
Well, it's something that the Katy Tigers are known for, is a physical running game, and they love to do the play action pass off of it, but they are certainly going to exert their will and establish the run. It's what they do.
This is an offense that's found the end zone quite a bit in the postseason, averaging 59 points per game in the playoffs. Huddleston looking for Coonrod. He's got him. And he'll mark it just inside the 1-yard line. Coverage on the play from Damian Bassett.
Randy Coonrod does a nice job. Watch the post corner route. He's going to bring it in, and he breaks it right back out to the corner. And the throw again by Huddleston, Randy, is absolutely perfect here. He missed fire on that first one. We've seen a couple of great throws down to Coonrod. You can see Huddleston's fired up, and he's got his team knocking on the door at the 1-yard line.
First and goal now from just inside the 1-yard line. Katy down 3, trying to take the lead for the first time today. Handoff. Adam Taylor over the top. He's in for the touchdown.
On the right side of that offensive line, Jared Gonzalez, Javier Lopez. Adam Taylor goes flying through the air. A Superman dive.
A lot to bring him down. 40th rushing touchdown of the season for Adam Taylor. Point after is up and good by Manny Mendoza. We'll go to break. Just underway. Second quarter. Katy leading Cedar Hill 7-3. Experience by DQ. For the best tasting treats, eats, and drinks in Texas, DQ just tastes better. And by your Texas Ford dealer. Stop by and find out why the F-Series trucks are the best in Texas. Back live, Cowboys Stadium in Arlington. 11:15 to go, second quarter. Katy responds. Adam Taylor capping it off with that 1-yard touchdown run, his 40th rushing touchdown of the season. Manny Mendoza now will kick it off. Quilpiante Gonzalez is back. Another short kick to Cedar Hill. Good coverage there by the special teams unit of Katy. All right, talk about some missed opportunities inside the red zone. That last series for Cedar Hill, Shea. They had their chances, but Katy defense got it done. And
a great play on first down again by Isaiah Brown, fighting through, and then very reliable Quincy Adeboyejo not able to come up with the grab. And then the pressure on the defense and the great coverage downfield by the Katy Tigers defense just swarmed Damian Hobbs, and that's where they forced the field goal attempt.
Put some pressure on Damian Hobbs. Longhorns down 7-3. They begin this series on the 35-yard line. Pitch out to Quilpiante Gonzalez. Not much there. Good pursuit by Katy. Tanner Ebrecht with the stop. He's a junior, 5'8", 170-pounder.
His Tigers defense, Randy, we talked about this at the open. Cedar Hill has speed to burn in their skill position players, and it's very important that this Tigers defense spread them out. And you saw right there is a nice job by Ebrecht coming up and forcing and not allowing Quilpiante Gonzalez to make the corner.
Well, they want to be able to get them in open space and let their talents take over. Flag is down. Hobbs throws it away. We got a flag down around the 30-yard line.
Well, the coverage downfield.
Holding call, perhaps.
It will be.
Officiating crew from the Tyler chapter. We had Abilene for the previous game today. We talked about it. It's an honor for these officiating crews to take part in these 3 days of state championships.
Holding on the offense. That penalty's declined. Third down.
Well, that's a lot of confidence in your defense. Defensive coordinator BJ got Dialing up a lot of pressure, and this is a very aggressive. We talk about the offense for Katy in the power run game. You flip it over to their defense. Randy, they're very tough. They're only allowing 12 points a game and 200, right at 200 yards of offense through 15 games.
Pretty impressive. 3rd down and 11. Hobbs lets it fly. Trying to find Adebayo. And step by step, Isaiah Brown was with him.
Well, Coach Joseph talked about Isaiah Brown being his pure cover corner, and he was going to match him up against Adebayo. Looks like Quincy might have had a step there, but the throw's going to be a little bit too far outside. Damon Hobbs sails it out. Gets a little shove there after he gets rid of the ball, but it's one of those plays for Cedar Hill that they're going to have to convert in this game. Well, here's a dangerous punt guy. Obviously, Laquiviante Gonzalez.
Rodney Anderson is back, along with Isaiah Brown for Katy.
Well, he booms that.
Nice punt right there. That's going to settle nicely inside the 10-yard line. They'll mark it at the 9. Laquiviante Gonzalez. Excellent punt.
That little running start. I mean, it's a very, I'll call it a non-traditional punting style, but man, when you get results like that, fantastic.
57-yard punt for Laquiviante Gonzalez. We'll break away. 10:37 to go. 2nd quarter. 7-3 lead for Katy.
Cedar Park coach is talking to the offensive unit. He said, one thing I don't want you guys to do is look at the Jumbotron here at Cowboy Stadium. Let the folks at home watch the football game. Look on the field, not the Jumbotron. A lot of the players just staring at the Jumbotron. A little distraction here for Cedar Hill, but they're getting back into this game. The defense said, hey, we're all right. We're all right. We'll see about that.
All right, Jim, appreciate that. Yeah, that big screen, you can't miss it when you walk into this place. Adam Taylor, big-time room, crossing the 20-yard line. Christian Slaughter will bring him down.
Christian Slaughter, that outside linebacker, he kind of jumps on Taylor and goes for a little bit of a ride there. Nice job up front by the Tiger offensive line, creating a little bit of a crease, and you don't rush for 2,200 yards without having a little bit of power.
A little bit of power and an offensive line that can clear some room for you. 1st and 10 now for the 22-yard line. And off again up the middle. More space for Adam Taylor. Runs over a couple of Longhorns. Brought down by Ladarian Luster. Pick up of 15 yards for Adam Taylor.
Well, a very quick hitter by Adam Taylor running over the right side. As he takes the handoff, and he's headed downhill north and south as soon as he takes the ball and finishes off the run. But nice power run right there.
Darian Luster tried to bring him down, and look how strong Taylor is there. Push it out now to the 36-yard line. Logan on in motion for Katy. This time the handoff goes to Alex Fisher. Isaiah Lewis with another tackle for Cedar Hill.
And Alex Fisher doesn't get that many carries. Matter of fact, he's got more receptions on the year than he does carries. Those battering front end blockers for Taylor and Anderson, but every once in a while you get your hands on the ball. Makes it nice.
Yeah, he's a senior. Adam Taylor's a senior. Ricky Bickham, another guy, might see some time in the backfield. He's a senior. So Rodney Anderson, the lone underclassman in this Katy backfield. 2nd down and 4 now for the 42-yard line. There's Taylor. Crossing midfield, brought down by Marcus Green. Keeping a close eye there on Kylie Huddleston. Just, you can tell he's having problem shape, planting that foot, even on the handoffs there.
You know, Randy, this is a nice job by the Katy Tiger drive. They are doing exactly what they wanted to do. They were pinned down on their 9-yard line at the start of this possession, and it's been the power run game, and right largely behind the legs of Taylor, who have moved it out near midfield.
Yeah, 15-yarder, 6-7 yards on another carry as well. 1st and 10 now from the 48-yard line of Cedar Hill. Anderson in motion. Huddleston in trouble. Down he goes. Devon Dillard with the sack for the Longhorns.
That was a great job by the Longhorns defense covering up the wide receivers. Again, you use the run game to set up the play action pass. Huddleston looking downfield. He has a lot of time to throw the ball. But the defense is just outstanding downfield, and Dillard never takes his eyes off of Huddleston, comes up with a huge sack.
There's folks downfield trying to get some separation from Damian Bissant. Not there, though.
Now Bissant was played perfectly, ran with him stride for stride.
2nd and 16 now. Pitch out to Taylor. Into the corner, inside the 45. Knocked out of bounds, close to the 43-yard line by Ladarian Luster.
You know, I like the way that this Longhorns defense is playing, Randy. They know they're playing against a power running game, and they understand that. But we've already seen Devon Dillard, and now you're seeing Ladarian Luster. They're not afraid to go up and take a shot at Adam Taylor, and that takes a lot of courage to do that. But certainly what you want your defense to do, and got to get the head across the bow and forcing that big back out of bounds and giving as much of a lick as you can.
They're down at 5 for Katy now from the 43-yard line. Hands off. That's Taylor. Tripped up there immediately. We'll see who gets the courtesy on that. 34. I think it's Richard Moore that made the initial contact there on Adam Taylor. Let's toss it down now to Neil Beasley with another former member of the Katy Tigers. Pretty good running back himself.
Hey guys, hey guys, we're talking about great running game. How about this? Andre Dean, former Katy superstar with TCU. You like being back here watching the boys?
Oh yeah, man, it's a blessing to be right down the street and to be off practice and had an early practice, so I got a chance to come out and check it out with some of my old teammates, so it's fun.
It seems like the coaches love having some of the old players come back and watch, that you guys are not just welcomed, but welcomed with open arms to come.
Oh, absolutely, man. Coach Joseph is really cool about that. And, I mean, when we were here, it was the same thing with us. Older guys came back. Ryan Mouton came back. Heitman came back, guys that played before us. And it's like a family, man. Once a Katy Tiger, always a Katy Tiger.
Now, they've got a good running back right now, this Taylor kid. Who's better? Who's better?
Man, he's a great running back. All I can say is after they win the game, when he has a ring like I have, he'll be the better running back. But until he has that ring and finishes this game, I'm the better running back.
The ring's the thing, right?
The ring is the thing.
All right, you gotta go Frogs for us?
Go Frogs.
All right, guys, back up to you.
All right, thank you, Neil. Andre Dean, one of the great players in Katy history. Great one to watch. Yeah, 7:20 and counting now, second quarter. Bobby Jackson with the carry. Cody Gessler on the stop there for the Katy defense.
When you talk about running back by committee, too, Bobby Jackson. Take a look at that last play there, and you talk about Bobby Jackson, Randy. He comes in. He moved over from linebacker. They needed bodies at the running back spot.
Second down and 2 now from the 21. Viviante Gonzalez. That's Matt Diamond making the tackle. Defensive end, stand out for Katy. Diamond, number 94. He's a verbal commit to the University of Oklahoma. OU.
When you see the Longhorn offense, Randy, going quickly, it's third down will be third and about, I don't even know if it's the nose of the ball. Yeah, the official's going to measure it here and see if Gonzalez is able to pick up the first down.
Just shy of that first down by a couple of inches. And Gary Joseph been around this Katy program, of course, for many years under former head coach Mike Johnston. He stepped down. Gary took over, of course, won a couple of state championships, kept the tradition alive and well at Katy.
A defensive coordinator under Mike Johnston, so obviously defense very near and dear to his heart.
3rd and 1 now from the 22. There's Hobbs. He's got enough for the first down. Brought down by Jake Blomstrom. Also Colton Asham.
The nice power run right there by Damian Hobbs, quarterback. Looks like he's going to go to the left, but reading the creases in that defense and lowers the shoulders and powers through for the first down. Nice way to finish the run.
First down total so far today, 7 for Katy, 3 for Cedar Hill. First and 10 now. Change move from the 27-yard line. Well, Hobbs held on to it, and Cody Gessler was right there to greet him.
Gessler, 5'11", 220 pounds. Very, very quick off the ball, Randy, on the zone read here. You see Hobbs, he's going to ride the belly just a little bit, but as he starts going, he gets tripped up there by Cody Gessler. That's just a great play. Reading your keys, coming off the ball.
2nd and 13. More pressure on Hobbs. He scoots away. Looking for Brandon Harris. Overthrows him a little bit near that 40-yard line. Coverage by Tanner Ebrecht.
That's one thing about this Tigers defense. Very disciplined. You don't see any guys getting out. Or even when Hobbs breaks containment, it's very difficult for the wide receivers to wiggle free and kind of find space, because this Tigers defense just stays at home. They understand and know where their roles are and their keys are. And that's what Coach Joseph was talking about. That team defense has led them to just an outstanding season.
And Wilkerson signaling to the Katy crowd to get on their feet on a 3rd and 13 play now for the Longhorns. Pressure on Hobbs. He's chased out of the pocket. Crossing the 30. Takes a hit at the 35-yard line.
But Damian
Hobbs
Hobbs
be a little bit short here.
Yeah, he's finishing off another run. How about your starting quarterback here? Take a listen here, and as he rolls around, gets to the sidelines.
You can feel it.
Yeah, leather being laid, man.
Timeout, Katy.
All right, Katy will take a timeout.
Timeout of the half.
We'll leave them with 2 for the rest of this half. 2 for Cedar Hill as well.
Let's keep the little chess match going here now. Coach Joseph is going to call a timeout on 4th and short for Cedar Hill to make sure that his team is ready for the potential fake punt.
Coming up on the Ford Halftime Show, we'll take you back to the studio. Check in with Rick Renner and Randy Rogers in studio. Recap Denton Geyer's big championship win. What a win that was. That and much more. Also, plenty of football. We'll take a look at this one and look ahead to tonight's 5A Division I finale as well between Lamar and Allen. That's coming up on the Ford Halftime Show. 4th and 2 now. Coming up now at 5:11 mark, 2nd quarter.
Move 3. Hold on. Check.
Everybody's on the same page here.
Randy, this Longhorns offense against Midway Hewitt in the quarterfinals, they went for it, and this is in the second half of the game, but they went for it. 4th down conversions, they went for it 3 times, sometimes in their own territory. And you see right now, it looks like Damian Hobbs in the offensive set.
4th and 2 play for Cedar Hill. They've struggled offensively so far this afternoon. Hobbs, nowhere to go. He's going to be brought down at the 30. Kyle Fultz with the play. The big stepping up play defensively for Katy Tigers. 4 sacks before that play. Minus 13 yards. They're going backwards again.
Well, Damian Hobbs and the offense not on the same page on that particular play. Give Hobbs credit for trying to make something out of nothing, but after the play broke down, Kyle Fultz coming in off that cornerback position did a great job of using the leverage, coming with a sure tackle.
There's Fultz there at the bottom making a big stop. Good heads up play by the senior. Katy gets it back. Adam Taylor. Tackle made by Devon Dillard again. Devon Dillard's been busy so far in this first half.
Well, the guys up front, Ron Ballard, Dedrick White, and Xavier Washington do a good job of kind of tying up some of those Katy offensive linemen. But when they do that, that's when your linebackers are stepping up, and Dillard having a big first half. It's tough sledding right now in the trenches. Jaleel Davis, Dedrick White, you see them lined up there.
Up the middle, more from Adam Taylor. R.J. Jones, number 10, the strong safety, making the stop for Cedar Hill. Adam Taylor just toe tough, over 200 pounds, or 210 pounds, as a matter of fact. He's a workhorse.
Absolutely.
He wants that football.
See, coming through, does a great job of protecting the ball, knows he's going to take some shots. First and foremost, though, securing the ball, running downhill. That's 2 runs and a first down for the Tiger offense, and pretty much what they want to do, Randy.
Adam Taylor giving a verbal commitment to Nebraska. There's Taylor again, shapes the tackle inside the 5. Touchdown, Katy.
Well, the power run game works up the middle, a couple of plays, and then the toss sweep to Adam Taylor. Again, nice blocking at the point of attack, and arm tackle's not going to bring this guy down.
Yeah, can't get it done that way. Point after is up and good by Manny Mendoza. And with 3:51 to go, second quarter, Katy in command, 14-3 over Cedar Hill. Adam Taylor, 41st rushing touchdown of the season. There's a look at him right now, the senior. Had that ACL injury in 2011. Capping off a 3-play, 29-yard drive. Took a minute 11 off the clock. Cowboy Stadium in Arlington, Texas, live for the 5A Division II State Championship. Randy McElroy, Shea Walker, Neil Beasley, Jim Knox with you. Katy and Cedar Hill. Tigers on top 14-3. 3:51 to go, second quarter. As advertised, this Katy defense. Negative yardage allowed against Cedar Hill so far. They'll kick it off here. So Cedar Hill down 11. Looking for some kind of momentum here. Late stages first half. Maybe another short kick from Mendoza. That'll go out of bounds around the 30-yard line. They're not thinking about kicking deep at all with these weapons that Cedar Hill provides on this kickoff return team. Lamar and Allen will be the nightcap tonight. 5A Division I state championship here at Cowboys Stadium.
Free kick out of bounds on the kicking team. 5-yard penalty from the out of bounds spot. First down.
Randy, you think about that touchdown that the Tigers just put on the board. It was made possible by Cedar Hill on 4th down, going for it, and you see a little bit of confusion in the backfield. Damian Hobbs not sure if he's supposed to give the ball and where the running back was. Kyle Fultz comes up with a huge play, and Adam Taylor, pure power runner, getting it into the end zone. And that defense for Katy, as you said earlier, negative yards, playing tough.
As Matt Diamond stepping up on Laquiviante Gonzalez. They want that crowd behind them.
Well,
it did not take long for Diamond to get there.
No, a tough play there by Diamond, though. It's very difficult to block him using a running back, and that's who Cedar Hill tried to put on him just to get a little bit of an edge, but he fought through it, and he got to the point of attack early and comes up with a huge play for his defense.
Wilkerson pressure on Hobbs. He gets it off to Laquiviante Gonzalez. Get him open space. He's in trouble. Laquiviante Gonzalez inside the 20-yard line. Inside the 10, finally brought down at the 6. 63 yards on the pass play from Damian Hobbs to Laquiviante Gonzalez. Take a look at it.
Well, a great job of Damian Hobbs being patient, setting up the screen pass, and you see the blocking out front is exceptional by the Longhorns. And Laquiviante Gonzalez does not need much, and you see as he bobs and weaves, Colin Wilder comes up with a touchdown-saving tackle, but a great play by Gonzalez.
First and goal now for Cedar Hill, knocking on the door. Good pursuit once again by that Katy defense on Bobby Jackson, led by Cole Berry, middle linebacker.
Well, Colin Wilder, number 27, comes in and just takes the legs out from Bobby Jackson. 2 big plays. Coach McGuire knows how important this possession is for his Longhorns. Second time that they've had it down close, but you can't have a negative play.
A loss of 3 on that play, so second and goal. They push it back now to the 9-yard line. Hobbs hits it back. Looking for Adebayo. And that's not there. Coverage on the play again by Isaiah Brown. Isaiah Brown's doing a great job so far in this first half.
But he is a pure cover corner, and Coach Joseph was talking about, hey, he's got 10 interceptions on the season, Randy. Does Brown, and he is he's the guy that's going to match up against his the opponent's best receiver.
Cedar Hill, their second of the half.
Another dicey snap here, almost mishandled here by Hobbs. He recovers though in time to get this pass off, but a little too much on it to Adebayo.
And just a little off to the left, not able to field it cleanly, and this Tigers defense is so quick to the ball. You see the pressure there on Hobbs as they force him out to the right and just trying to make, again, something out of nothing. Pushes the ball out there to Adebayo, but Brown with excellent coverage.
Joe McGuire, 10th season as head coach at Cedar Hill, 16th overall. 2006 state champs.
Wow, what a team that was.
Very good team. And a lot of tradition down there. The community loves their football.
Led by William Cole, who's the quarterback on that 2006 state championship team, and he had a monster day for the Longhorns. Now, they hadn't won a playoff game until 2006. And since that time,
way to run the table there.
They certainly did. They ran the table, and they're now a fixture of power, certainly in the not just in the Dallas-Fort Worth area, but in this state. Big play here on third down, Randy.
For the first half full of stops by the Katy defense. Outside of that big play to Gonzalez, they haven't allowed hardly any. Hobbs over the middle. Catch is made. Touchdown for Brandon Harris.
The offensive line doing a nice job of giving Hobbs a couple of counts. Brandon Harris coming in on the crossing route. 33 catches on the year, just notches his 3rd touchdown, and he got a little excited after catching the ball. And his coach talked to him, hey, don't throw the ball up in the air like that. We don't need to give the Katy Tigers any offensive yards. But Harris avoids the penalty and comes up with a huge catch on 3rd down.
3rd touchdown catch of the season. He came in 33 catches, 401 yards. That's a big one right there for Cedar Hill.
Well, you really like the way that Hobbs stands in the face of pressure, knowing he's going to get drilled as soon as he releases the ball. And the coverage right there by Kyle Fultz. He's draped all over Brandon Harris. Harris still climbs the ladder, goes up, catches the ball. That's a big-time play. Highlight reel stuff, Randy.
5 plays, 64 yards, 154 off the clock. You talk about the talent. We talked a lot about Isaiah Brown for Katy. Been all over Quincy Adebayo today. He's a Tulsa. Isaiah Brown's a Tulsa verbal commit. Kyle Fultz, who was on that play, verbally committed to Baylor. So you got a couple of good ones there in that secondary.
Nice cornerbacks, but that's kind of about offense on defense. Again, Brandon Harris, that's a very impressive,
great catch.
Grab and fighting through the defender to get it. And I'll tell you what, that's still, again, Damian Hobbs standing there in the face of pressure, knowing he's going to get drilled as soon as he releases the ball.
Made the
puts
big
it there
throw
perfectly and got us a little ball game here.
Well, under 2 minutes left. Short kick. Cedar Hill's going to recover. Inside the 25-yard line. It hit and settled. And Kyle Folks wasn't able to get to it.
Well, Dwayne Toney, number 19 on special teams. And how about the kick? Randy, that ball looked for everything like it was going to go out of bounds after the bounce. Dwayne Toney, number 19, great speed, running down, never takes his eyes off the ball, fields it cleanly. Folks not able to come up and catch it. Wasn't sure if it was going to be him or if it was going to be a guy closer to the ball. But
timeout, Katy.
Yeah, Coach Joseph definitely wants to take a breath now.
Well, Folks took a big hit on that play. Gary Joseph take a timeout. A little change of momentum here at Cowboy Stadium. Each team with one timeout left.
Well, how about the Cedar Hill Longhorns? And, you know, Joey McGuire talked about this, and he's even, you know, he's quoted a couple of times in the papers about, hey, yeah, I don't even know why we're going to show up on Saturday. Katy's the #1 team, and you know everybody's saying, hey, coach, how are you going to compete? How are you going to play? And he is such a dynamic coach and such a great leader of this Longhorns program. And he talked to us about trying to steal a possession here or there somewhere in the game. You heard him talking earlier prior to the game about how Cibolo Steele was able to force a couple of turnovers on this Katy team. And really, look, just making a play. And this is a big play in this game right now. Minute 56 left, trailing by 4 points. Cedar Hill's got the ball in great field position.
Good opportunity here. Minute 56 to go. Katy defense back out there. Kyle Folks took that big hit, but he's okay. He's out there with the defense.
Yeah, certainly need him back in there. He's a great cover corner guy and a big compliment to Isaiah Brown.
From the 24-yard line, Cedar Hill gets it back here. Handoff. Laquiviante Gonzalez in trouble. Cuts back. Finds some room inside the 20. What a run by Gonzalez.
Brady, there's not many guys who can do what Laquiviante Gonzalez just did to this Katy defense. Starts off running to his right, and there's nothing there. Katy crashes in. The defense is perfect. It's outstanding, and he finds a way to wiggle around. And you see why these skill position guys are so dangerous for the Longhorns, but great individual effort there by Gonzalez, picking up 7-8 yards.
Second down and 3. Hobbs in trouble at the 22. Helmets fly. Down he goes. Cody Gessler with the tackle. He lost his helmet. Still finish the play.
Well, you go from 2nd and 3. You're going to lose yards on this play. Damian Hobbs trying to make something happen. But I'm telling you, this Katy defense is not just stout, but so well disciplined that they are not going to allow you to make a broken play into something. And Gessler did a great job. Loses his hat, still hangs on for the tackle.
7 sacks now in this first half by Katy's defense on Damian Hobbs. 3rd and 7 now from the 21. 45 seconds and counting here. Hobbs upstairs looking for Adebojo. Good coverage once again by Isaiah Brown.
Adebojo turned about 3 times. Damian Hobbs just throwing a little bit of a jump ball down there in the end zone. Sailed out of bounds on him. Adebojo turned around a couple of times there, and as you said, Randy, great coverage by Brown.
Fourth down now. They'll attempt the field goal. Brooks Ralph, 38-yard attempt. No good. Wide right. 33 seconds left. 32 now. And Katy will get it back.
Well, that defense for Katy, you have to tip your hat. That was a great 3-and-out after giving the ball up on that. I'm not going to call it an onside kick, but just on the kick recovery by Cedar Hill.
But they're at the 24-yard line.
They've got the ball deep in Katy territory. And that Tigers defense stiffens, forces a field goal attempt. Brooks Ralph not able to convert. That's a great timeout, too, by Gary Joseph. After that, and the momentum and everything starting to swing, he said, nope, let's slow this thing down. Let's talk to our defense and make sure that we know what we're doing. And they did a great job there.
Katy will take a knee, play it safe here. Final 30 seconds of the first half. So early field goal by Cedar Hill, went up 3-0 after the first quarter. Second quarter, Katy gets 2 touchdowns from a yard out and 17 yards out. Went up 14-3. And then Cedar Hill cuts it to 14-10 on the Damian Hobbs to Brandon Harris touchdown pass from 9 yards out. And that's the way we stand as we go to the halftime break here at Cowboy Stadium. We got a good one in a 5A Division II state championship game. Coach McGuire will huddle the troops here before they head to the locker room. Katy will go in with a 14-10 advantage over the Longhorns. Big halftime show coming up. We'll take you to the studio momentarily. Right now, though, let's take you down the field. Check in.
All right, thanks a lot, Coach. Your defense has really stepped up, especially after that last kickoff.
Yeah, they did. They only gave up a big screen pass and stuff. We've let them get behind us a couple of times, and we've got to do a better job adjusting their speed and stuff. But for the most part, they played well.
And then offensively, I know you lost some linemen on the same play last week, but yet punishing running game tonight.
Well, we got to continue doing that. We've got to be more effective second half of our running game. We punted way too much.
Good luck to you in second half.
Thank you very much.
Guys, back up to you.
All right, Neil, appreciate it. They'll talk it over. Cedar Hill and Katy, 14-10 lead for the Tigers. Big halftime show coming up. An exciting second half as well from Cowboy Stadium. All that's coming up. Right now, though, a special message from your Texas Ford dealers.
Hello, my name is Philip Podgorny. On behalf of Ford and the Texas Ford dealers, I want to thank all the players.
Back live at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington. Katy Tigers making their way out as we get set to begin quarter number 3. Katy leading Cedar Hill here in the 5A Division II state championship game. Randy McAvoy, Shea Walker with you. It sets up what should be an exciting third and fourth quarter here for this championship. Head-to-head here in this first half.
Well, it's been a pretty entertaining first half, Randy. A little bit miscues by both teams, but certainly at times they found their rhythm. But we're seeing two really well-coached teams and very physical teams going at it.
Let's take a look now at the Katy offense. And, of course, they've been riding the running game. And why not just give it to the horse, Adam Taylor? That's what they've done in the first half.
Well, he has had a sensational first half, and you have to love the way he runs behind his pads. He's got power going downhill. Arm tackles will not bring him down, and it's not been easy going for Adam Taylor, but he has done well in the first half, scoring a couple of touchdowns. And Damian Hobbs doing a great job right there of locating Harris on the touchdown catch for the Longhorns. And
they've got some red zone struggles as well, though, this first half.
Yeah, they have, and it's, you know, you have to cause those struggles, and you say that's the Tigers defense that stepped up and done that. But you know, right now you're looking at a game, Randy. Cedar Hill's trailing by 4 points, so it's not like this game is a blowout by any stretch of the imagination. The Longhorns are playing well.
Let's take a look at the Ford first half stats if we can now. Total yards, 140 for Katy. They've held Cedar Hill so far in check to 99.
Well, those sacks, and you talked about those in the first half, of 7 sacks in the first half is just unbelievable. That Katy defense, Randy, has just been stellar in limiting the big play offense of Cedar Hill, and there's a lot of weapons for the Longhorns, but the Tiger defense has been up to the task.
Bringing the heat on Damian Hobbs so far in the first half. Again, 7 sacks for that Katy defense. Right now, let's toss it down at the sidelines. Check in with Jim Knox, standing by with Joe McGuire of Cedar Hill.
All right, thanks, Randy. Coach, I tell you what, got a little momentum scoring right before halftime. Very physical game. What did you tell your team at the break here?
Well, the biggest thing is we got to loosen up. We're playing so tight on offense, and that's the side of the ball that I got to, you know, some guys that like to have fun and get out there, and we're really tight in the game, and I think it's showing.
Now, talk to your team at halftime. You also saw a very physical game in the first half. They controlled the line of scrimmage. Right. What can you do differently here in the second half?
Well, we got to fit better on defense. Our linebackers, they're doing a good job, but sometimes they're not scraping wide enough, and they're getting caught up in their pullers. We just got to fit better on defense, and we got to tackle that big sucker.
Thanks, Coach.
You bet.
Randy?
All right, Jim, thank you very much. Yeah, if you're Cedar Hill, you're in this ball game. Forget about the total yards. Forget about what happened. Bottom line is you're in this football game.
Well, they have had nail biters, Randy, all through the playoffs. So this is a very seasoned team. They're not concerned about being behind a little bit. They're just concerned about being in the game. And there's a lot of talent, and there's a lot of expectations, and just you get the energy from Coach McGuire, and you hear him coming out and saying what it is that his team needs to do. So it's pretty simple. We know what we need to do. We just need to execute on it.
Cedar Hill will kick off here to begin the second half. Back For Katy's Kyle Fultz, along with Kyle Porter. Short kick once again. Fair catch is made around the 31-yard line. Isaiah Brown, the honors there for Katy. So the Tigers will begin on offense here. Just tuning in, 14-10. Katy went up 14-3, and Cedar Hill got it to 4 on a touchdown pass from Hobbs to Brandon Harris. Made a great catch in the end zone. This is game 2 of 3 on this busy Saturday in Arlington. Game 8 of 9 over a 3-day period. A lot of fun here over the last few days. Another one to crown 5A Division I state champion later tonight. So Katy will begin on their own 31-yard line. And they'll begin with the running game. Pitch out. Adam Taylor, and he's brought down by Devon Dillard to open the second half.
Well, a big first down play by this Longhorns defense. Not very many times that you'll see Adam Taylor get tackled behind the line of scrimmage, but take a look at number 8, your linebacker, crashing through, avoids the white jerseys, gets down around the legs of Taylor and brings him down for a loss of about 4 yards.
Push it back now to the 27-yard line. Second down and 14 for Katy. Allie Huddleston. Intended receiver on the play was Garrett Dragoo. Coverage, good coverage by Marcus Green. A little underthrown, though, by Huddleston on that. Of course, he's got that ankle injury. Got to wonder how that's affecting the passing game. Doesn't throw the ball a lot anyway, but came in 1,552 yards, 20 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. 3rd and 14 now. Cedar Hill's defense tries to make its first stance in the second half. The inside handoff to Rodney Anderson. Picked up maybe 3 yards to the 30-yard line, so the Longhorns will hold.
Yeah, Randy trying to find a sneaky way to get Rodney Anderson the ball. Lined up in the wingback position right here, and you'll see him come down and take that inside handoff. But Xavier Washington, who forced the fumble earlier in this game, comes up with the big play for the Longhorn defense.
We'll punt it away. Fair catch is made by Travis Wilson. So defensive stance by Cedar Hill. They'll get their first crack on offense here. Damian Hobbs and company. Big play in that first half. Pass play to Laquiviante Gonzalez. And we're held to 99 total yards. That was about it when it came to big plays for the Longhorns. Matt Diamond and that Katy defense with 7 sacks. Continued pressure on Hobbs in that first and second quarter. Let's see if Cedar Hill can make some adjustments. They'll begin on the 40-yard line. Pass is caught out to Harris. Coverage from Kyle Fultz, so they immediately go to the air.
Quick little out route there by Brandon Harris, picking up the first down, and nice job up front by that Longhorn offensive front, giving Damian Hobbs a little bit of time. Harris does a nice job on the speed out route, comes up with a nice catch for first down, and that's a pretty good way to start the drive. Bobby Jackson is in there in the backfield, Randy. Well, attaboy, Joe. That's the second ball that we've seen him.
Yeah, he's had a couple of those tonight.
Yep, trying to make the play before securing the ball, and he certainly knows it.
Checking out with quickly on the sidelines with Jim Knox. Jim, you got
All right, Randy. Ronald Ballard right here, the linebacker, Cedar Hill, getting his ankle taped up. Came off that last defensive series, tweaked his ankle. He's getting it taped up, and he's going back in. Said he's okay.
All right, Cedar Hill fans will enjoy that. They need him out there. Second down and 10 now from the 49-yard line. Gonzalez in motion. Handoff, though, goes to Bobby Jackson. Tigers right there to greet him in midfield. Cole Berry and Quinn Atwood in on the stop for the Tigers.
Okay, this is this Tigers defense staying at home, not going with the run fake. You bring Laquiviante Gonzalez across the screen, and looks like a speed sweep. But Barry and Atwood staying home, nothing doing, playing disciplined defense, comes up with a nice stop. You're not going to trick this Katy defense.
Very disciplined defense all season long. 3rd and 9 now for the 48. Cedar Hill trying to convert. Pass intended for Adeboyo. And look who's there for the defense there, Isaiah Brown. He's been there all night on Adeboyo.
Well, as soon as the ball hits Adeboyo in the hands, he's not able to secure it because Isaiah Brown, again, that is just great coverage there by Brown, closing down off that safety position.
Isaiah Brown and Rodney Anderson back to receive on this punt from Laquiviante Gonzalez. He had a 57-yard punt in that first half. One that settled nicely within that 10-yard line. Mishandled there by Anderson. And Isaiah Brown safely jumps on it for the Katy Tigers. Close call for Katy. Nearly a turnover. Deep in their own territory. Wow. Yeah, Isaiah Brown, right place, right time there. More special teams issues for the Tigers. Cedar Hill just looking for a break, but didn't get one there. Take a look early in the game. England had trouble on that snap on the field goal attempt.
Very first possession. This is great defense by Xavier Washington, stopping the 4th down fake punt. And then again, ball just sits down on a kickoff. Live ball. And Cedar Hill doing a good job of coming up with it. And right there, as you said, Randy, Brown, right place, right time for the Katy Tigers.
Katy will start down their own 8-yard line. Flag is down. Ball starting against that O-line of Katy.
Distance to the goal remains first down.
Push it back a little bit further. Then on Javier Lopez, starting right tackle.
See number 58, Brandon Dalton, in there, getting some snaps. He's been doing a great job of filling in and rotating in that offensive front, but playing center today.
Yeah. John Kellogg has been out. There's right next to him, Kyle Miller, normally the starting right guard. He's out, so Jared Gonzalez has stepped in. Got banged up in that win over Cibolo Steel a week ago. But pretty good depth in this Katy program. Early 3rd quarter here at Cowboy Stadium. 14-10. Tight game here. Katy leading Cedar Hill. Kylie Huddleston. And this Tiger offense buried deep. 2nd down and 12 from the 6-yard line.
Adam Taylor running over a couple of his own blockers.
Just bounced right off of him, didn't it?
Yeah, knocked a couple of them down. Great job with the pressure right there. Jaleel Davis. I mean, that's kind of like mano a mano type play and man ball down there in the trenches.
Well, there's a play selection for Katy so far. 29 rushes, just 4 pass attempts. Adam Taylor bounces off outside. He's got running room. He's brought down near the 40-yard line. Marcus Green with the tackle for Cedar Hill.
I mean, that's one of the most surprising things about Adam Taylor is his speed and burst to get on the edge. That was very well defended by the Longhorns defense. He hits it up in the middle of the line, and there's nothing doing. He bounces it back out to the right side. and he's got the speed to make the corner. Picks up a big first down for his Tigers.
That's 27 yards on that carry by Adam Taylor. Inside handoff, Alex Fisher crossing the 45-yard line near the 48.
Well, that's what makes it so difficult to defend this Katy team, Randy, is that you can hold them for a couple of downs, and then you have to be basically perfect on 3 downs if you want to force them to punt the ball. They're just so talented in the run game. They can continue to push the pile, and they've got a couple of weapons there. You see Alex Fisher picking up nice yards on first down.
First down markers at the 49, so 2nd and 2 now for the Tigers. Big move up the middle for Adam Taylor, crossing midfield into Cedar Hill territory. Tackle made by Jaylee Davis.
We're talking about that offensive front. This Tigers offense just doing a great job of pushing bodies around, creating seams. Davis comes up with a nice tackle there, but it's 4 or 5 yards downfield, and Adam Taylor kind of sticking to the script.
Look at those numbers. 132 yards rushing already for Adam Taylor. First and 10 from the 48. Taylor again. They're just going to keep doing this all night long. He had over 40 carries last week. Devon Dillard with the tackle for Cedar Hill.
But you see Adam Taylor, he took a pretty good shot there. That Longhorn defense still flying around to the ball, and Taylor looks like he got just nicked up a touch. And how about that for Matt McDaniel, offensive coordinator, and head coach Gary Joseph. You got Adam Taylor coming out to catch a little bit of a break, and you fill in with Rodney Anderson.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with that. Young man, sophomore, was maybe experienced 1,000 yards, over 1,000 yards a year ago as a freshman for Katy. He filled in for Taylor. Handoff goes to Alex Fisher. He just rides the big fellas up front. All the way down near the 30. R.J. Jones will bring him down.
Well, and Javier Lopez, number 79, is a good guy to ride. 5'11", 300 pounds. Let's call it a little bit of a nimble foot there. Javier, he blocks down on that first level. You see Alex Fisher getting behind him right there, and hey, it's a good guy to follow. Paving the way.
Seniors on this offensive line for Katy. 1st and 10 now. Tigers marching down. They've got it on the 30. Adam Taylor back in there. He's got room. Tripped up near the 22. Richard Moore in there to stop him. Number 34. Backup linebacker. Weak side linebacker for Cedar Hill. To the 5-minute mark here in the 3rd quarter. Big chunk by Adam Taylor sets up 2nd and short, 3 yards for the first down. Pass is caught from Kylie Huddleston. That's Andy Coonrod on the other end. Damian Bissott on the coverage. So he's found Coonrod a couple of times tonight.
But when you get 2nd and short, Randy, a couple of times in a row, you should expect the play action pass coming from this Tigers team. And you see Coonrod, he knows he's got man coverage, so he just squeezes the route downfield. As soon as the defender turns, he breaks on the outcut, and Huddleston puts the ball there, and that's a nice pitch and catch for a first down.
1st and goal from the 10. Katy on top by 4, looking to extend their lead here. Pitch out, Adam Taylor at the 5, and Taylor's in for a touchdown for Katy.
Randy, it's the power running game again for this Tigers team that continues to be a very dominant piece of their offense. Nice physical run right there by Adam Taylor. 3rd touchdown of the game, and this is a drive that started after that fumble punt, muff punt, inside the Tigers' own 5-yard line.
Marks it all the way down. Mendoza will cap it off, point after. And Katy extends the lead on the Adam Taylor touchdown. Third of the game. Tigers lead at 21-10 here at Cowboy Stadium.
State Farm.
Katy increasing their lead to 21-10. Third touchdown of this football game for Adam Taylor. Rushing yards, Shea, they've got it done just during the playoffs alone. Look at these numbers.
Well, it's been impressive, and again, it's no surprise to anyone in the state of Texas what this Katy offense is going to do year in and year out. Adam Taylor obviously having a huge year, but today 191 yards rushing kind of keeps them on pace.
Right.
Seemingly, this is a very good Cedar Hill defense, Randy, and it's not all been easy for the Tigers, but again, after you start to see that offensive front continue to push and continue to wear down the Longhorn defensive front, it does open up the running lanes.
Joseph, short kick.
Can't return on a fair catch.
Yep. They're not kicking deep at all. Flip side, they're getting good field position to start these drives. Still a good tight ball game, 21-10. Cedar Hill looking for some kind of spark here in the third quarter.
Delay a game. Receiving team. 5-yard penalty. Remains first down. TD timeout.
21-10 will break away here at Cowboy Stadium. Katy leading 21-10 over Cedar Hill.
See the best teams in the
Back live at Cowboy Stadium in Arlington. Fans having a great time. A lot of red inside this stadium tonight. Support both Cedar Hill and the Katy Tigers. Cedar Hill will begin this series on their own 26-yard line. Down 21-10 now to Katy. 3 touchdowns on the ball game for Adam Taylor.
Prior to the snap, false start on the offense, 5 yards, remains first down.
You can't continue to give away yards like that against Katy.
Nah, and you know, Randy,
penalties.
One of the things that Coach McGuire is trying to do, and again, it's a lot easier said than done, but you know, he's talking about making the Tigers defense defend the entire field. Now, we've seen them do that a couple of times, and they've been very good, other than that one nice long run by Gonzalez. But the Katy defense has been pretty stout all game, and right now you want to try to get the ball out to your playmakers and see if you can make something happen.
First and 15 for the 21. Bobby Jackson with the carry. He's got running room, crossing the 35, brought down around the 38-yard line. Cole Berry and Cody Gessler in on the stop for the Tigers.
Gonzalez and Adeboja were lined up wide to the right. The play goes off to the left-hand side on the handoff to Bobby Jackson. He rips off a nice gain.
Pick up a 17 yards on that carry by Jackson. Hobbs looking over the middle, nearly picked off on that play by Tanner Ebrecht. Got a hand on it. Checking out with Jim Knox on the Cedar Hill sideline.
You look at this Cedar Hill defensive lineup right here, and they're an extremely tired bunch. They've been on the field a long time here early in the second half. That 95-yard drive by Katy, that ended with a total of 191 yards on the ground for Katy this afternoon. Very important that Cedar Hill's offense can sustain some type of drive to get these guys some rest.
Thank you, Jim. Appreciate that. Get a breather and got to keep on attacking here. Look, Liviante Gonzalez in motion for Cedar Hill. Hobbs looks that way instead, fires to Travis Wilson. Wilson tripped up by Colton Asham.
I tell you, if Asham does not get around the legs, Randy, that would have been a huge play. Travis Wilson sneaks out of the back. Asham chases him down and just, I mean, by the shoelaces brings him down. If he doesn't do that, there was so much grass in front of him, it likely would have been a touchdown.
Well, Damian Hobbs has had trouble today locating Quincy Adebayo because it's covered by Isaiah Brown. So looking at Travis Wilson and Brandon Harris a little more often today. 3rd and 3. This is a big play coming up for the Longhorns. Now they're going to call a timeout. Cedar Hill will. Longhorns now with 2 timeouts left here in the second half. Toss it down to the Katy sideline. Check in now with Neil Beasley. Neil.
Thanks, boys. Yeah, you know, Noxie just talked about that defensive line needing to stay off the field. Well, look at the offensive line for Katy. They look calm, cool, relaxed. Now, remember, this is a Katy offensive line that lost 2 starters on 1 play last week in the semifinals against Steele. They have looked like this, just calm, relaxed, like they're sitting on their couch and not playing for a state championship all game.
All right, thank you, Neil. 3:08 to go here, 3rd quarter.
Now the big bodies across there. Corey May, Ben Skravenick, Brandon Dalton, Jared Gonzalez, and Javier Lopez doing yeoman-like work up front for the Tigers.
No question about it. That's the confidence Gary Joseph has. I mean, he lost 2 good players. Matter of fact, you know, Kyle Miller, that right guard, he's an all-district guy. So you lose him, and a lot of teams would suffer, but he feels like he's got depth. And you know, Jared Gonzalez has stepped in nicely. You got Brandon Dalton there at the center slot as well. 3rd and 3 now for Cedar Hill from the 45-yard line. Hand off to Bobby Jackson. I'll tell you what, he almost lost that football.
I'll tell you what,
regained it.
You have to be impressed with the way that Bobby Jackson runs the ball. This is running back by committee by the Longhorns, and that's not what they wanted to do at the beginning of the season. Their leading running back, Jared Rayford, gets injured versus Allen in the 2nd game. Boy, he does take a shot. He does lose the ball. Able to get back on it, though. But you talk about it. Look, he moved from linebacker, Randy. He had 172 yards rushing earlier in a single game this year, but Gonzalez is not a true tailback. They're not. They don't have guys like Mason Hayes, Ben Molina, John Abercrombie, Ronnie Green, all those guys who have been big running backs for this Cedar Hill team. But when you lose Jared Rayford, makes a big difference. So everybody now is pitching in, if you will, and that's where you see Gonzalez now lined up at the tailback spot.
Went Atwood with the stop there for Katy on Laquiviante Gonzalez. They did a good job of containing Gonzalez, except that one long pass play they had in the first half. He and Damian Hobbs hooked up. Second down and 9. They'll mark it at the 49-yard line. Hobbs in trouble, getting chased out of the pocket. Still manages to pick up a few, close to the 42.
Kind of holding that left shoulder or left arm area. Rainey got tackled a little awkwardly there, but being chased down by Colton Asham.
5 tough yards. They'll mark it down there at the 44-yard line. Here's a look at it.
And number 22 coming in, just trailing the play. And Hobbs is a big kid, though. He's tough. 6'2", 210 pounds. As you said, going to Arkansas State. He'll have a new head coach when he gets there, and Brian Harsin.
From the University of Texas. Bobby Jackson. He's got running room inside the 30, inside the 35, I should say. Knocked out of bounds by Carter Strickler. So Bobby Jackson having some success, because right now the numbers on Laquiviante Gonzalez, who came in with over 1,400 yards, 7 carries, minus 5 yards rushing so far today.
Yeah, you think about the move right there on Quinn Atwood, though, near the line of scrimmage. And again, Bobby Jackson, 29 carries on the year coming into tonight's game.
That was a pickup of 16 yards by Jackson. Hobbs to Quincy Adebayo. Coverage by Isaiah Brown, who hasn't strayed too far from Adebayo all night.
Well, Isaiah Brown laying off on the coverage right there, and a nice job by Adebayo breaking it off on the outcut, and that's what that speed will do for you. You push the defender back that far. Quick turn, and nice job bringing his first catch of the game. Gonzalez, how about him throwing a good block right there for Damian Hobbs.
Good. Second down and 2 now from the 19. Gonzalez in motion. Handoff to Jackson again. And he's brought down on the play by Cody Gessler.
Boy, it's waves of white shirts around that front. It is so difficult to get to the second level against this Tigers defense. So those white shirts staying at home, and even though he doesn't come up with a tackle, Jake Blomstrom, the first guy to hit Bobby Jackson, hit him in the backfield, but Jackson fights through that arm tackle but can't get by Gessler. Third and short. And it looks like
be tied here.
I don't think he has enough for the first down. Again,
yeah, I don't think he does either.
Fourth down, no big deal for the Cedar Longhorn team. Converted three of them. Converted 3 of them against Midway Hewitt in the quarterfinals. And Coach McGuire and offensive coordinator Michael Glaze saying, listen, get us 1.5 yards.
7 seconds left. We'll see if this plays will happen or not as the third quarter winds down. And it won't. Goes to 0. We'll head to the fourth. 3 quarters in the books here at Cowboy Stadium. Cedar Hill, big fourth down play coming up when we start the fourth. 12 minutes left. Katy leading Cedar Hill. As we go to break, special message from DQ.
We hope you're
like a 2.5 yards. Then we're on the far end of the field, away from our vantage point, our purview, if you will. But it's a big fourth down. It's a solid 2.5 yards for the first.
Katy crowd on their feet, trying to cheer on this Tiger defense. Yeah, they're pointing toward that offensive line. Flags are down. Katy thinks it's a false start.
It is a false start.
Prior to snap, false start on the offense, 5 yards, remaining fourth down.
Here, Randy Carson Strickland, number 25, was sneaking up toward the line of scrimmage in between the defensive tackle and defensive end out of his linebacker spot. Offensive line flinched and
Corliss Johnson, yeah, left guard. I think it's on Corliss Johnson. Removed for the Longhorn offensive line. All right, 4th and 7 now after that penalty.
Well, take a look here. You've got 4 defenders at the top of your screen on 3 receivers, so making sure that those explosive play guys keep it in front of you.
Damian Hobbs turns the corner inside the 10. 5. Damian Hobbs in for the Cedar Hill touchdown.
Randy, I talk about 4 guys on 3. Damian Hobbs, the senior quarterback, reads that, counts the guys in the box, and does an outstanding job of bringing around on the short side of the field and waltzes into the end zone untouched. That's your senior quarterback right there.
24-yard touchdown for Damian Hobbs. Cedar Hill now down 21-16. They'll go for the 2-point conversion now. Trying to make it a 3-point deficit. Hobbs shakes off 1 tackle. Pursuit by the Tigers. Good coverage. Who's that? Isaiah Brown with the stop.
Yeah, why not?
For Katy.
Well, valiant effort there by Hobbs to make something happen there. This Katy defense, though, Randy, running stride for stride, and they got pressure on Hobbs in the backfield. He was able to break out of that pressure, roll out to his right, trying to find anyone open. But Isaiah Brown in there to break it up. Particularly, again, that pressure by that Katy defense. And there's more white jerseys than there are black jerseys. And you see those defenders staying with the wide receivers, not coming up to take the quarterback. They know that the guys up front are going to take care of that. So Isaiah Brown and Kyle Folks can hang back on the wide receivers.
That's a nice drive by Cedar Hill.
You bet.
Towards the end of the third, early fourth, 11 plays, 74 yards, 4:32 off the clock.
They love the play call on 4th and about 7 yards.
Yep.
Michael Glaze, offensive coordinator, dialed it up perfectly.
Well, yeah, those receivers well covered.
Yeah, they've got 4 guys. on the 3 receivers. That's what allowed Hobbs, and his recognition of that just, goes, that's great coaching, great play calling, and great recognition by Damian Hobbs.
Brooks Ralph will kick it off for Cedar Hill. Anderson will bring it out for Katy. Reached the 35-yard line, so Tigers will take over here. Early 4th quarter. Now 21-16 lead for Katy. Total yards of the ball game through 3 quarters, 236 for Katy. 171 for Cedar Hill. Of course, that last touchdown, 24 yards by Damian Hobbs. Started on the 34. Handoff goes to Adam Taylor. That's his 24th carry of this football game. 160 yards prior to that carry. Verbal commit to Nebraska. For 226 yards on 40 carries last week in the victory over Cibolo Steel, along with 3 touchdowns. So far 3 today for the Tigers. Isaiah Lewis there trips him up.
Yeah, what a play by Isaiah Lewis. Coming up at that linebacking spot. He read the offensive line on their pull blocks perfectly, and he knows what's coming down the pipe in Adam Taylor. Take a look. Right here is Isaiah Taylor. He's going to see the flow go this way. He's going to loop it right back around. Keep his eyes on Taylor. Comes up with a huge stop. Great play right there by the linebacker.
Cedar Hillside on the fans on their feet. 3rd and 7 now from the 37. Pressure on Huddleston. He gets it off. Nearly brought in by Anderson. Coverage by Marcus Green. Anderson went up, had his hands on him.
That's outstanding coverage by Marcus Green, and good pressure on Huddleston to make him throw the ball a little bit before he wanted to, Randy. Good coverage right there by Green, turning around, locating the ball, and he's just got his left hand in the middle of Rodney Anderson's 2 hands. Oh, not a good kick.
Not a good kick at all. That's going to go out of bounds.
Ooh, got a nice bounce, though.
Yeah, it really did. It got a few extra yards inside the 35, I believe. They'll mark it at the 33-yard line, so they get a break on that on the punt attempt by Austin Adams. Cedar Hill will get it back. Down 5, 21-16. Plenty of time left here.
Well, this Cedar Hill team, and again, this is kind of what you would expect, right? You're sticking around, hanging with the #1 team in the state. No one gave them a chance coming into today's game, and certainly Coach McGuire and his staff's done a great job of getting these guys ready to play. And right now they've got an opportunity to push it down and see if they can't take a lead in this game.
Drive begins on the 32. Hobbs dumps it off to Laquiviante Gonzalez. Again, open field for Gonzalez. Crossing the 30. Gets a good block down to the 20. Inside the 15. Brought down at the 8-yard line. But we've got a flag down right now around the 14-yard line. Colton Asham stops Laquiviante Gonzalez at the pickup of 63 yards.
Well, let's get the penalty call here. Probably a block in the back is what it looks like, Randy, but well, holding. All right, but that'll be from the spot of the foul, but the play by Gonzalez is going to be a huge play. You see right now he is winded.
Holding on the offense. 10-yard penalty. 1st down.
Well, a quick screen there. Anthony Pullins does a great job of creating that space, and Gonzalez, he knows he's getting hounded by that entire defense, but yet, Randy, he continued to give up yards to try to make up yards, and he's one of the few guys in the state who can do something that athletic and that dynamic.
23-yard line. Bobby Jackson again with the carry. Jackson quietly had himself a pretty good night. Came into the football game, 29 carries, 244 yards. Average per carry, 8.4 for Bobby Jackson on the season. There's the stats for Laquibiante Gonzalez. 2 catches, 125 yards. Struggled running the football, but they're the most of 2 catches here tonight. David Hobbs over the middle. Brandon Harris. Touchdown, Cedar Hill.
It's the second time, Randy, that Brandon Harris has been on the weak side. He's got Kyle Fultz on him. And it's not bad coverage by Fultz. And you'll see even Isaiah Brown flash across the face here. But Damian Hobbs leads him perfectly into the end zone. He's running that post route. Great concentration right there by Brandon Harris. He's kind of got his hands on the knees, too, in the 2-point attempt. But getting a lot of congratulations from his team there. How about the throw there by Hobbs?
Beautiful,
on
beautiful
the
throw. In coverage.
Fit it right in the seam.
Yep.
2 defenders there, 1 receiver, and Brandon Harris has had 2 spectacular touchdown catches in this game.
Longhorns on top, 22-21. Their first lead since the first quarter. 2-point conversion. Hobbs up the middle. 2-point conversion's good.
Hey, Randy. Cody Gessler. The defensive front. He's going to get a block. He's going to lose his helmet and watch him kind of lay out. Trying to stop Hobbs to get him out of the end zone.
That's got to hurt a little bit. 24-21. Cedar Hill leads. 24-21 lead for Cedar Hill. There's a Cody Gessler. He was involved in that last play where the helmet went flying. That didn't slow him down one bit.
It sure didn't. Take a look here. He's going to get his helmet knocked off as he's rooster fighting there around the end zone and goes in and leads with the head. You see him break that right hand and put it over the head. You know, you don't have time to think when you do those kinds of things, and he delivered a blow.
And he had a shoulder pad right in his face, too. It's a painful play for that guy.
Well, that's great.
Hard-nosed football.
Great effort. Great effort. You love to see that, and hopefully he's all right. So you don't love to see a guy hitting somebody with their helmet off like that, but I'm just saying, he's so tough and physical. That was just a heck of a play.
Checking out with Jim Knox on the Cedar Hill sideline. Jim.
All right, Randy, needless to say, the momentum has definitely changed on Cedar Hill. I tell you, the big turning point in this game, we talked about it a few minutes ago, how this offense needed to sustain some type of drive, and they did. They stuck it in the end zone. They gave their defense some rest. Offense came back out and got the go-ahead touchdown. And right now, Big Mo has switched over to Cedar Hill sideline.
Indeed it has. Thanks, Jim. 24-21, Longhorns. It's Joe McGuire's club. Got to make a defensive stand here. Adam Taylor with the handoff. Not much there up the middle.
Well, you can't say enough about Devon Dillard and the way that he has played for the Cedar Hill team, Randy. He has been hitting Adam Taylor at or near the line of scrimmage on multiple plays, and that's a very, very difficult assignment. You see those skulls and crossbones on the helmet and those horns on the hat.
They've earned a little bit of that, haven't they?
Yeah, you earn those.
Second down and 7 now for the 38 for Katy. Handoff to Alex Fisher. Again. Yards hard to come by. Devon Dillard. Also some help from Marcus Green on that play. So a 3rd down and 4 coming up now for Katy. Look at that Cedar Hill sideline. A little momentum now after that touchdown. Longhorns on top. They led it 3-0 and fell behind 21-10, but they've slowly chipped away and have regained the lead here in the 4th. As we hit the 8-minute mark in this final quarter. Adam Taylor. Flag is down. It's the 45.
It is enough for the first down, Randy, but let's see what the penalty is.
Von Dillard again on the stop for Taylor. So it's into the call here. And marking it off is going to be against Katy here.
Illegal shift on the offense. 5 yards. Replay, third down.
First down marker is right around the 45-yard line. So 3rd and 9 for Katy. Cedar Hill trying to make the stop. Their fans on their feet. Katy's fans on their feet as well. Handoff Adam Taylor. Needs to get to the 45. That's going to be close. You see where they mark it.
Well, nice speed right there by Adam Taylor. Everything looked like it was going to the right. You see Huddleston still favoring that leg a little bit. It's 4th and about half a yard, but everything off going off to the right, going this way, and then you're going to see the cutback run. The nice speed and big guys getting downfield. Javier Lopez again blocking on that second level, Randy.
Yeah, they're a little short of this first down. 4th and 1 on the 44.
Power I formation.
Pitch out, Adam Taylor. He's got running room, right side. Look out. He's at the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Adam Taylor and the Katy Tigers.
Line up in the I formation. Bring motion to the left. Rodney Anderson going in motion, and it's a power toss pitch sweep. And the big fellas up front for the Katy Tigers doing a great job of blocking. And Adam Taylor, that's the most running room I think he's had tonight, and it couldn't have come at a better time for Katy on 4th down.
One after, up and good. A 56-yard touchdown run by Adam Taylor. How about the numbers? 28 carries, 224 yards, and another touchdown for the workhorse of the Tigers backfield.
That might be his 4th touchdown of the game.
Yep, that is number 4. He had 3 in the second quarter alone. That's number 4 on the day now for Adam Taylor. He had 3 last week in the win over Cibolo Steel. Finished with 226 yards in that victory.
Well, and Kylie Huddleston trying to get downfield to celebrate. He's like, no, I'll just cheer from here. Walk to the sidelines. Still favoring that leg a little bit, but that offensive front doing a good job for Katy by creating those seams. And we've seen the power of Adam Taylor. It's not very often in this game we've seen the speed, but he turned it on that play.
Give him open space, a couple of good blocks, and he was off to the races. Yeah, he's on the sideline. He needs a little breather after that effort. Katy fans on their feet here. Tigers have reclaimed the lead, 28-24. A wild final, 6:46 here at Cowboy Stadium. Kick by Mendoza. Fair catch at the 29-yard line. It's made by DeMarcus Lodge. Well, Katy has answered. Cedar Park will get their chance again with 6:46 to play in this football game.
We're talking about 2 heavyweight teams right now, just like they're throwing haymakers at each other, and kind of going to be one of those things to see who's the last man standing.
They'll begin this drive on the 30-yard line. First down play, pressure. Diamond chasing after Hobbs. Drags him down at the 27. Matt Diamond. A couple of big stops tonight.
How about the speed off the edge by number 94? Take a look at him coming in right as he fights through not one but two blockers and never loses sight of Hobbs. Chasing him down all the way across the field. 11 sacks on the season coming in. He's 6'3", 250 pounds.
Future Oklahoma Sooner. Second down and 10 now. Still at the 30. Hobbs crossing 35. Giving him 6 yards on that pickup.
Nice physical run there by Hobbs. Kind of patiently waiting, trying to let some of those blocks get set up. He just lowers the shoulder. Carson Strickler coming up there for the Katy defense. And Randy, here we go again. We've got these 4 defenders.
Third down and 4. They'll mark it at the 36-yard line. Got to get to the 40 to move the chains here for Cedar Hill. Hobbs in trouble. He's met by Wilkerson. Also Jake Blobstrom.
Yeah, maybe going to the well one too many times. Fooled the Katy defense earlier on that touchdown by Hobbs. But this time the Katy defense led by Blomstrom is not going to let him get to that short side of the field and certainly not let him break containment. Tim Wilkerson also, just what a great play by the athletic defensive end.
Fourth down and 3 now from the 37. Decision time for the Longhorns here. Looks like they're going to call a timeout.
It was almost a chess match there to see if it was going to be
second of the half.
Coach McGuire calling it or Gary Joseph calling it. He looked like he was ready to call it. He was out on the field.
And they're down to 1 timeout now left in this football game. Katy still has all 3 of theirs remaining. Well, you're on your own 37. If you fail to convert here, it could backfire on you. What do you think the call might be?
Well, you go back again to that quarterfinal game against Midway Hewitt. They were leading by 7 points, was Cedar Hill. And on one drive, they went for 4th down on 3 times on that one drive. 2 of those, Randy, was when they were in their own end of the field, as they are right now. So it's not unfamiliar territory. It's obviously a risk. It's a gamble, but it's not unfamiliar to this Longhorn team.
Hey,
Goes into the staff. Final instructions to their troops defensively here. See how they line up here on 4th and 3 from the 37.
Adebayo is in the slot. Usually we see him out wide.
Travis Wilson at the bottom of the screen. Adebayo in motion. 4th and 3. Hobbs is going to keep it. Tries to turn the corner. He's got enough for the first down, I believe.
Unbelievable.
In trouble and escape.
Great run by Damian Hobbs. Randy, he makes 2 Tiger defenders miss and balances down the sideline for the first down. A couple of Tigers had shots at him. Maybe 3 guys miss. Anyway, he still picks up the first down again. Very gutsy call, and it pays off for Coach McGuire and the Longhorns.
Carson Strickler gave it a go there, but couldn't get his hands on it. First and 10 from the 42. Laquaviante Gonzalez. He's brought down by Cody Gessler. And the helmet stayed on this time.
The helmet stayed on, and what a great job by Gessler of coming down the line of scrimmage and not giving up on the play, because it looked like Gonzalez would have had a little bit of running room if he could have made the crease, but Gessler closed down too quickly.
When you look at the 4th down play, this is the reaction after the 4th down play.
Well, it's not that he picked up the first down, but I guarantee you Coach Jones will be the first one to tell us, hey, our guys were in the right spot. We just needed him to make a tackle.
Over the middle. That's going to be intercepted by Atwood at the 45-yard line. Stepped in front, picked it off. And look at Gary Joseph about his defense.
And Quinn Atwood with his 8th, count them, 8 interceptions on the season. When his defense needs a huge play, he delivers.
Looking for Brandon Harris over the middle. Excellent coverage there by Atwood.
He certainly understands and knows the role of this defense. He's a 2-year starter and a 3-year letterman. Comes up with a big play, and Coach Jones says, yeah, all right.
Big turnover with 3:49 left in this football game. And a 28-24 lead for the Tigers. Handoff, Fisher, nobody there.
Boy, Xavier Washington absolutely blows the play up. Again, it's trying to get a little bit of misdirection. Getting the ball into Rodney Anderson's hands, but number 50, Xavier Washington, just absolutely blows the play up.
Check in now real quickly with Neil Beasley. Neil?
Yeah, talking about Atwood, he needs a state title ring. Why? He's got 4 brothers. All 4 have state championship rings. Chase, Brett, Van, and Colt. Now, Brett's is in baseball, but all 4 have rings. He's looking for his.
Yeah, that name's been around this Katy program for a while. Adam Taylor's got room. Crossing midfield into Cedar Hill territory near the 48. Brought down by Marcus Green.
Well, right now you should expect to see the full display of this power running game by Katy. 3 minutes, under 3 minutes left. Protecting a 4-point lead. Really, 3rd down and about 4 yards to go. This is a big 3rd down.
Play selection by Katy. You talk about it, we kind of spoke at the top. They ride that running game. They've done it certainly today. 44 rushes, only 6 pass attempts from Kylie Huddleston. Quick handoff there. Alex Fisher.
The misdirection play.
That well, didn't it?
The misdirection play that they have been trying to get with Rodney Anderson. Longhorn defense doing a great job of shutting that down. And how about the ball handling there by Huddleston as he backhands it into the belly of Fisher. Fisher doing a good job of finishing off the run, making sure that he picked up the 1st down.
Rushing yards in the football game, 276 for Katy, 117 for Cedar Hill. Much of Katy's, of course, from Adam Taylor. 1st and 10 now for the 42-yard line. There's Taylor. He spins. He's free. 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Adam Taylor. Yards from Adam Taylor. Check it out.
You know, Randy, Adam Taylor is such a versatile, physical running back, but you know, when you see him make those spin moves in the hole, elude defenders, the heads-up job right there, protecting the ball when he knows he's going to get contact. Special talent.
Going after, up and good by Mendoza. And with 1:55 to play, Katy has increased its lead to 35-24 over Cedar Hill. Adam Taylor, no doubt about it, the built for tough player of the game here tonight at Cowboy Stadium. As advertised, coming in over 2,300 yards, nearly 2,400, and he is not disappointed tonight.
The touchdown runs that he has had, Randy, and there's been a bunch of them in this game, 4, I believe, but he has just run so powerful. Make it 5 now off of that last carry. Dominating performance, and again, that big offensive line up front. Getting a good push and creating seams, and
he's so tough, and then you give him open space. He shows off the deceptive speed he's got as well. There are the numbers to this point. What a night. 30 carries, 275 yards, 5 touchdowns. Getting it done for the Katy offense. There he is, catching a breather on the sideline. So crucial series coming up now for Cedar Hill. Down 11 with under 2 minutes to play. They got 1 timeout left in this football game.
I mean, if you think about where we are right now in this game, it would seem clearly.
Kick out of bounds. Kicking team, 5 yards from the out of bounds spot. First down.
That the Tigers, you know, it would be just kind of a foregone conclusion that they're going to hang on, they're going to win the game, no big deal. However, when you have skilled players like this Cedar Hill team does, you never know. We've seen Gonzalez obviously lighten it up. Damian Hobbs, if he can find either Gonzalez or Harris or Adeboyo, you know, there's big plays to be made. It's not always. Katy defense has got to buckle down and make sure that they keep everything in front of them.
Well, we saw last week they had a 21-0 lead that disappeared quickly against Cibolo Steel. Hobbs brought down by Carson Strickler. .33 and counting here, fourth quarter. We'll mark it at the 45-yard line. Second down and 2 now for the Longhorns. Hobbs will throw that away. Nearby was Travis Wilson, but excellent coverage by Kyle Folks. Clock stops with 1:12 to go. So Katy up trying to add to their state championship history. Flag is down. Official crew will talk about it here.
And Coach McGuire needs big plays in big chunks right now, and that's a lot easier said than done.
Ineligible man downfield. 5-yard penalty. Replay, second down.
Second down and 7 now. They'll push it to the 40. Desperation time for Cedar Hill. They've got to convert. They've got to do it quickly. Dump off pass. Quincy Adeboyo. And he gets out of bounds. Close to midfield, just shy of the 50-yard line. Clock stops with 1:03 to go. So they need a quick strike here. And then kick it, try to get a turnover.
Yeah, but like we're talking about, Randy, look, this Katy defense, very disciplined, and they've got like that back wall, if you will, of 4 or 5 defenders, making sure that nothing gets to the outside.
Pass intended for Adeboyo again. Some emotion already from the Cedar Hill sidelines. Long season to make it to the state title game. Cedar Hill started 1-3. They played some powerhouse programs along the way, and this team grew up quickly.
That'll be a face mask there.
Yeah, flag is down there. Pass caught there by White. Jontavius White. His first catch of the night.
You mentioned the Longhorns, 11-4 coming into the game,
Personal
Randy.
foul, face smash on the defense, 15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
Started the season 1-3 and then had a late district loss to Mansfield. But the injury to Jared Rayford in the Allen game really changed the complexity of this Longhorns team, and you have to tip your hat to Coach McGuire and his staff for rallying the troops and kind of makeshifting, if you will, the running back spot.
Timeout, Katy. Their first of the half.
Eddie's timeout. They got 2 left here. Take a look at our DQ big play of the game. Who do you guess it's coming from? That'd be Adam Taylor.
Adam Taylor on 4th down. His team needed something to happen. Again, Randy, that's the first time in this game that we've just seen the outright speed. We've seen the power on display all game, but makes it to the edge, and nobody's going to catch him. And that's just outstanding athleticism there by Taylor. And I really do. You like the way when you see someone getting near him, puts those two arms on the ball. He's protecting the ball, not coming out.
You guys are coached up well.
Great way to get injured. Senior season again after the disappointment last year of going down in the first game with a season-ending knee injury. To bounce back and have a great senior year and lead your team to the state finals. Quite a year.
.50 seconds left. First down and 10 now from the 37-yard line. Bobby Jackson down quickly. Matt Diamond. He's made a few big plays tonight, hasn't he?
Well, and you just see Matt Diamond again, 6'3", 250 pounds. He is physical, leader on that team, and just swamps over the top of the blocker and grabs Hobbs, and anything that resembles a football, he's tackling it. Nice job.
Hobbs looking for Quincy Attaboyjo. Clock stops with 12 seconds left. Katy side on their feet. Third down and 17 now from the 44. Hobbs over the middle. Attaboyjo with the catch. He's brought down at the 20-yard line. Clock stops with 5 seconds left. They got a timeout to burn. They'll go ahead and use it here.
Cedar Hill going to use.
Timeout. Cedar Hill. Their third and final timeout.
Quincy Attaboyjo, Texas A&M verbal commit, along with Fluviante Gonzalez. A lot of talent at Cedar Hill for Coach Joe McGuire. McGuire 94-32 record coming in as they entered the state championship game tonight in his 10 years as head coach. 8 sacks tonight for this Katy defense, Jay.
It's been a very, I say, well-contested ball game. Certainly in the trenches, it's been a war. Both teams coming up with big plays when they needed them. Katy maybe just a little bit more behind the strong running game of Adam Young.
5 seconds left. Could be the final play of the game. Hobbs chased out of bounds. Zeros on the clock. Ball game over. The Katy Tigers, your 5A Division II state champions. Celebration on the field. All the hard work that it took to get here, and they finished the job. The Katy Tigers 15-0 coming in. They cap it off with their 7th state championship, Shea, and a 16-0 record.
Well, an impressive performance tonight by both teams. And again, you have to go back to the Cedar Hill Longhorn team, Randy. No one gave them a shot coming into the game, and they pushed this Katy Tiger team as far as they've been pushed all season. And you know, hats off to Coach Joseph, winning his 3rd state championship, but man, that offensive line and defensive discipline was outstanding tonight for the Tigers.
Well, continues the storied history of the Katy football program when it comes to state championships. You mentioned 3 for Gary Joseph. Of course, it all started in 1997. Mike Johnston.
They did a great job there. The most famous suspenders, that was after the South Lake Carroll win, 16-15. Again, 2007 against Pflugerville. 2008, Katy wins over Wiley.
And again, 4 years later, Gary Joseph and the Tigers celebrating again.
Yep.
Program, the commitment to excellence has long been there, especially for the young players that step into the program. Talking with Coach Joseph, he says when these young players step in, right outside the weight room there at Katy is the trophy case. He goes and points, and the staff says, you know, the men before you have done this.
Right.
And it's up to you guys to continue the legacy as you enter the program.
Well, I mean, it is a storied program, certainly not just in the state of Texas, but nationally. And it's year after year. And you talk about the schools that have been added in that Katy area. You've got Seven Lakes. You've got Cinco Ranch.
Yeah, Don Plate's program.
Katy Taylor. Tough. Yeah, you've got all these programs out there. And, you know, this high school continues to draw top talent and coach top talent.
Take you down to the field. Among that celebration, check in with Neil Beasley with Matt Diamond.
Yeah, Matt Diamond, defensive player of the game. Matt, I knew you feel like you had to step up tonight. You had to play a great game tonight. Tell me about it.
It was a really tough game, and I don't really know what to say right now because we're state champions, and that's all that's on my mind right now.
Well, they just had an awful lot of speed. What did you guys talk about coming in this week, stopping that speed?
We knew they had a potent offense all week, and we knew that they were going to make some big plays, put up some points, but we knew that we had to just weather the storm, all the big momentum changers, and let our offense get going, and you know, we're state champions, baby.
And a first state title for this senior class.
Amazing. Everything feels worth it right now.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
Adam Taylor, offensive player of the game. You know, usually sometimes we don't know who it is until late. We kind of knew the offensive player. Tell me about this. 40 carries, 275, and 5 touchdowns. Is it that easy for you?
No, sir. They're a great team. They wouldn't have made this far without nothing. And it was a great job blocking by my offensive line, my fullbacks and receivers downfield. It was a great team win. We fought through the adversities and won the state championship.
Tell me about that offensive line. Had a couple guys dinged up even. Didn't matter. You guys were just running like crazy.
Great teams. Players got to step up. So we did that tonight, and we came out champions.
And Katy tradition seems like it's been there forever. It's a high bar, but you guys reached it this year.
Yes, sir. We did a great job. We worked hard since the start of last year. After we lost the third round of the playoffs to LaPorte, and we just bounced back and had a great season.
Nebraska's getting a good one, guys. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Guys.
All right, Neil, thank you very much. They'll be celebrating for quite a bit. 7th state title in Katy history. And, of course, 3 now for current head coach Gary Joseph. There's Kylie Huddleston playing on a
what a warrior he
tough
was.
Ankle today, ankle injury. Toss it back down to the field. Neil's with Gary Joseph. Neil.
Well, yes, Coach Joseph is a very happy man right now. A lot of tradition. I'm guessing these things never get old.
They never get old. And these kids, tell you what, they persevered. They fought back like champions. They were down. They never gave up. You know, it's what you expect in a championship game. It was a great ball game.
I'm guessing there's not a lot of times you were down this year, but boy, your kids just played great all 60 minutes.
Well, they responded like you wanted them to respond. You know, the 4th down play was big, and you know, Taylor kid made a great play. We blocked very well on the play. Like I said, it was a game of inches, and like I said, we made one more play than they did.
That offensive line and running game just punishing from the get-go.
Well, we had to be, you know, because we can't give them a whole bunch of chances. They're very, very skilled, as you saw, and they got a dynamite football team. And like I said, I was proud of our kids.
Is it pressure for you here? I mean, the bar is so high.
It's always pressure, but you know what? It's about these kids. It ain't about me and stuff. And I'm so proud of them and so proud that they got the opportunity to experience this.
Awesome. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you very much.
All right, guys. Have one happy man.
All right, Neil, thank you. Yeah, Gary Joseph, they just grind and grind. It's a great tradition there at Katy High School.
Yeah, more of a tradition, a system. It's things that they do, and it is a commitment to being the very best. As you said, they talk about this trophy showcase as you go into the locker room, and it does help set the level of expectation. for these young men, and really at Katy, they've just done a fantastic job of fielding competitive teams. And last year, you think about this, Coach Joseph and the Katy Tigers were 12-1. That one loss came to Deer Park. Chris Massey was Coach Joseph's offensive coordinator when they won a state championship.
Pretty good coaching tree coming out of Katy, by the way.
You mentioned Don Clayton earlier, and he's done great things over at Cinco Ranch, and I'm sure there's more, but certainly the coaching legacy. But you just get the sense of pride from the community and the support that they get. It's unmatched.
All the players receiving their medals for the UIL, and again on the other side, shout out to Cedar Hill as well. They gave it a run tonight. Great season for the Longhorns.
I would tell you, I think, Cedar Hill, and this is obviously bittersweet for Coach McGuire and the Longhorn team, but they played a whale of a game. And this was kind of like David and Goliath coming into today's game, and no one gave those guys a chance. And I tell you what, him, the staff, the way that they prepared for this game, the plays that they made when they needed to make them. I mean, Randy, look, it's very disappointing, but there's a lot to be proud of if you're a Cedar Hill Longhorn.
Hobbs, Equiviante Gonzalez, Quincy Adebayo. So many weapons on this team. Good defense as well, but they played a tough schedule. Nothing to hang their head about on this one. It's a good season for these guys.
Well, one of the things that we talked about with Coach McGuire, he's like, listen, I don't want my kids to be a one sport guy. So like Gonzalez is a track star. He encourages his team to go and do different sports and play at least two sports. Spencer Moore, number 53, he plays offensive tackle, but he was a tight end, but he also is on the swim team at Cedar Hill. And it cracked me up when Coach McGuire was talking about him and how important it was. He said he's kind of yoked up, and when he gets out there in the swim meet, I'm sure he's kind of intimidating from a size standpoint. But again, just a great job by Coach McGuire in leading a program. And
he wants him to enjoy it is disappointing, but he wants him to enjoy the high school experience too, and not hold him back.
Yeah, a lot to look forward to for the Cedar Hill team.
Handing out the awards here for the big hardware for the runners-up and the state champions. There's Adam Taylor. What a night he had. Bright future ahead for Adam Taylor as he heads verbal commitment, at least for now, to Nebraska.
He's wearing the colors, isn't he?
Yeah, he is.
Yeah, what a great season. Again, you talk about the disappointment, though. His junior year, going down with that injury and then bouncing back to rush for over 2,300 yards, 40-plus touchdowns, in a state championship.
Adam Taylor. Everybody's wanting a picture with Adam Taylor, huh? Well, it's the mission that began, really, back in the off-season. Get you ready, get you in the mental frame of mind, physical shape. You start 2-days in August. Late August, season kicks off. There's Katy lifting the hardware for her 7th time as state champions. Time to celebrate in the Katy Nation. 5A Division II. It's over. Katy is a winner, 35-24 over Cedar Hill. Coming up next, day 3 of our nonstop UIL championship coverage continues on 4 Championship Live with Rick Ritter and recruiting analyst Randy Rogers. That's coming up after that. At 8 o'clock is the 5A Division I state championship game, the finale of 9 games over 3 days. Allen set to take on Houston Lamar. For my partner Shane Walker, on the field, Jim Knox and Neil Beasley and the entire Fox Sports Southwest crew, I'm Randy McAvoy. So long from Cowboy Stadium.